It's Tuesday, July 16th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, please like, share, subscribe, and really share these videos everywhere. Blast them all over your social media. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification down below. Without further ado, I want to get right into things. If you've been watching the markets today, we are watching an absolute epic melt up take place. Dow Jones closed today up 742 points. Russell 2000 gains 3.5% as investors embrace stocks beyond tech. This on CNBC today. And you know, as I'm watching some of this morning, I had a little bit of time and I was watching this, just checking in with my phone too as I was out. You got to ask yourself, what's creating this massive melt up? What's the great news? Are we watching an incredible job market? Are people making tons of money? Is everybody in the stock market? What is going on here? And when I watch what's happening, and this is just my opinion, and please comment down below, let us know your opinion. But, you know, a lot of people say that it feels a lot like 2008, mainly because of what's happening in housing and the housing collapse that is taking place right now. Things are not selling. But this is much bigger than 2008. To me, this feels like 1929. Take a look at what is happening with this melt up in regards to the stock market. There's no way to justify it. The economy is in absolute shambles. The consumer is a debt slave. The consumer is in shambles. The consumer is broke. The commercial real estate industry is in an apocalypse at this point. The housing market is absolutely collapsing because people just are not buying homes. And yet you turn on the TV and you see the Dow Jones up 742 points today. And of course, there'll be 2 or 3 people that tell me, see, everything's great. The economy's booming because the stock market is up. And they just don't get it. Let me ask all of you, is your life better today because the Dow Jones is up 742 points today? Did prices all of a sudden come down at the grocery store? I had to put gas in 2 cars yesterday. It cost me over $100. When you writing out those utility bills, you getting a break? Is it getting cheaper? Are you getting ahead? Are you putting more money away? Are you saving more money? Are you worth more money? Stock market up at all-time highs. Again, this to me feels like 1929, but on steroids. Be very, very careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. Be very, very careful. Traders see the odds of a Fed rate cut by September at 100%. I think right here, this is why, this is on CNBC, by the way, I think this is why you're seeing markets absolutely surge today, all-time highs, because traders see the odds of a Fed rate cut by this coming September at 100%. So it's not that it's going to be this person or that person as president. It's not that the economy is booming. It's not that the consumer is strong and is out there spending and spending and spending. Yes, retail sales, I believe, were up a little bit today. But why is that? Because people got to pay more to get less. And then you ask yourself, how are they paying for it? They're paying for it by taking on more debt because they're using credit cards at 23 to 29%. Be very, very careful out there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see, in my humble opinion, be very cautious of a major epic rug pull. The hedge today, Elon Musk pledges $45 million monthly to pro-Trump super PAC to counter Dems in swing states. Silicon billionaire capital investors Mark Andreessen and Ben Horowitz set to announce their donations. I don't see anything stopping Trump at this point. The money is rolling in. It just does not seem like anything can stop this man. Seems like God has got his hands on this man, whether you love him, hate him. I'm not going to sit here and get political. This channel doesn't get political. I don't really care if you're right, left, or in the middle. What I do care about is that you love this country and that we're all doing something to make it better, that we're all being productive, that we're being law-abiding citizens, and that we are supporting people that are going to make this country better. I'm not telling you who to vote for. You know who you need to vote for. Ray Dalio makes the case for gold as the precious metals hits new record high. As I make this video, gold is up $45 at $2,473. Silver up 63 cents to 31.56. Bitcoin up 1,500, sitting right around $65,000. So, you know, I see everything going up. Why in the world is the Fed going to come in September and announce a rate cut when the market is at all-time highs? This just does not make any sense to me whatsoever. I don't give financial advice, but I hope that you're buying some gold. If you can't afford gold, I hope you're buying some silver. If you need help with that, go to my link down below, SD Bullion, or you can buy it wherever you want to buy it from. But if you need help, if you need to buy from a solid precious metals dealer, one of those very well respected, great prices, and quick delivery, look at SD Bullion and go to my link down below. And again, you can go wherever you want to go, or you don't have to buy this stuff whatsoever. But people were telling me for years that, you know, these pet rocks, why are you buying them? They have no value whatsoever. Well, now gold is now near $2,500 an ounce. Silver trying to fight to $32 an ounce. I remember when I was buying gold at $500 back in 2005, and you know, back, I don't know, 2013, 14, 15, somewhere around there, you know, what was it, $12, $13? It's done very, very well, and it's preserved some of my wealth for sure. My big concern here as we get further into the summer, to the end of the year, and into 2025, attacks, cyber attacks on our financial institutions, the banking system, the grid, all of that. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. If all your money is sitting on a computer screen, you are very vulnerable. You're putting yourself in a very dangerous position, ladies and gentlemen. Have some of this stuff out of the system where you can get to it. Because if the system goes down, and we know at some point it will, what are you going to do? You better have something you can get to. And all that's going to matter is whatever you're holding. That's all you have, because the stuff on the computer doesn't count. Now, welcome to the real world. All you have is what you physically have. So be prepared for that. Job seekers are becoming more desperate to find work. It's not just about vibes anymore. This on CNBC. Just 15% of people looking for jobs say that their search is going well, compared with 38% who say that their search is going poorly. I've said this many times in the past. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. If you have a job right now and it's paying well, you may not even like it, but if it's paying well, do whatever you have to do to keep that job. This is not the time to be leaving a good job and gambling on another career path. Maybe this is where maybe you better stay for a little bit till things get sorted out. There's so much uncertainty out there politically, geopolitically, economically, you name it. I think this is a bad time to make a move. I think if you have a good job that's paying well, I would do everything I could to keep that job, because we're going to see big changes. We're going to see massive layoffs continue throughout this year. 40% of the job seekers say that they're falling behind on bills and facing serious financial difficulties. Well, the great news is Dow Jones was up 742 points today. Did this help you whatsoever? Most of Americans are not in the stock market. Most of Americans don't care about the stock market. What they care about is, are they going to be able to put food on their table tonight? Will they be able to put gas in their car so they can drive to work tomorrow? Can they make that minimum credit card payment? Can they afford rent? This is what they really, really care about. But again, 2 or 3 people will tell me that everything's great because the stock market is booming and they're making all of this money. You haven't made any money until you pulled your money out. And here's the problem. Most people are greedy, and we're going to see a lot of people who stay at the poker table just a little too long. The rug pull will take place. You're going to see a lot of people get wiped out, and a lot of wealthy people are going to get wiped out too, because they've gotten very negligent in a way. They've gotten very careless, complacent, that everything's going to go up forever, and it's not. And I think that this is going to be a very, very big setup. There's no way mathematically that things will not crash. And I say that because there is too much debt. There is too much inflation. We know inflation isn't 3%. There are too many people losing jobs. There are too many people in this country, 78%, living paycheck to paycheck. Many of them cannot even make it to the next paycheck. They're doing payday loans. They're running up credit cards because they cannot wait till Friday for their check. Nearly $35 trillion in debt. We have so much debt. We're spending so much. The deficits are too big. And if you want to tell me that everything is good because the stock market is up, I'll give you 100 reasons why it's not. And there is just too much spending, too much money going out, not enough coming in, and we continue to debase the U.S. dollar. Kroger and Safeway, parent company, would close almost 600 stores as part of merger. So you've heard about the merger between Kroger and Safeway. If this merger takes place, thousands of people are going to lose their jobs. Some of these are very, very good, well-paying jobs. Think about the inconvenience of people who've been shopping at maybe a certain grocery store for 10 or 20 years and it's gone. Now they have to drive farther. How many jobs are going to be lost here? Thousands of jobs will be lost. And many other people are going to feel the impact also. The surrounding stores, maybe the surrounding restaurants, the delivery drivers, the crews that clean these stores, the tax base for these cities where these stores are located. This is a massive disaster. This is going to be catastrophic for a lot of people and a lot of cities. Here's another one from Issues and Insights. Another presidential achievement, interest payments now second largest federal spending category. So Social Security, we're spending $1.35 trillion. The interest on the debt right now, $662 billion so far this year, but it is expected to hit $1.3 trillion for this fiscal year. Let me repeat, it will hit, this is interest on the debt, will hit $1.3 trillion this fiscal year. Social Security, $1.35 trillion. Military spending, $900 billion. We spend $670 billion on healthcare. The real disturbing point here is that we're borrowing the money to pay the interest on this existing debt. We're borrowing the money. Very, very dangerous. But stock market at all-time highs. Nobody is looking at this data. All they look at is, oh, the television, the stock market's in the green, everything must be okay. And what's really sad is so many people that are broke, have nothing, no net worth, a lot of credit card debt, student loan debt. They're living paycheck to paycheck, working 2, 3, even 4 jobs. And they believe everything is okay because they turned on the TV today and saw that the stock market was up, so everything's doing okay. Even though I have to work 3 jobs, I'm not worth anything, and I'm paying more than ever for food, utilities, services. I have no money saved up, no net worth, and I'm working 60 hours a week, and I can barely get by. But everything's fine. Everything is fine. I was watching a show yesterday. I forgot what show it was, but somebody was talking about this family, the mom, the dad, the 3 kids, all working, all living together, all working, right? Mom, dad, the 3 kids, 5 incomes coming in. And these people are barely making it. They're eating, they're paying their bills, they're making the mortgage payment, but nobody's getting rich. Nobody's getting ahead with 5 incomes coming in one household. Before it was 1 income could take care of an entire household. Then it was 2. And now it's 3, 4, or 5 incomes. That's what it's going to take for people to survive. What in the world is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Here's some more news today from The Hedge. Hugo Boss slides after slashing outlook as luxury downturn gains momentum. The German fashion company is facing dampening global consumer demand. Not a good sign. Nearly 1 in 4 U.S. sellers, this is on Fox today, 1 in 4 U.S. sellers, home sellers, cut home prices as inventory grows, Zillow report says. We're going to see how many of these home sellers are going to be able to hang on for the next 6 to 12 months. A new report reveals sellers are slashing asking prices for their homes to attract buyers as inventory in the market grows. 24.5% of listings in June got a price cut. That doesn't mean they sold. I'm looking at homes now in the South, and I've seen price reductions of 25%. One reduction, 25%. That was 2 weeks ago. Home still hasn't sold. I've seen price reductions, all day at 5-10%. Weeks ago, months ago, properties still haven't sold because they are so overpriced. This is the highest summer rate of discounts of listings being reduced or being discounted. This is the highest summer rate since 2018. 24.5% of listings in June got a price cut, price reduction. We haven't seen that since 2018. We're going to have a big problem here as interest rates and mortgage rates remain high. People are losing jobs. People have too much debt. People don't have enough income to support buying a home, so they do not qualify. This is going to be a big problem. And of course, all these new homes are coming on the market now. And at some point, the existing home seller is going to realize, they're going to wake up and go, hey, my house has been on the market for 6 months. I've done 3 price reductions. What's going on? And then they'll start getting more aggressive. And unfortunately, by the time they actually wake up, you're going to have fewer and fewer people, buyers, that will qualify to buy these homes. Here's another one. I'm going to finish with this one, Fox Business. Evictions are rising fastest in these 5 American cities. Look, you got the stock market at all-time highs. Home sales have collapsed. Commercial real estate is in apocalypse. The average American is living paycheck to paycheck and going deeper and deeper into debt. I've never seen the economy this bad. I've never seen the condition of the consumer this bad in my entire life. Would you agree, disagree? Let me know your thoughts on that. Rent prices are absolutely decimating people right now. Have you ever seen rent prices like the ones you're seeing right now? Gainesville, Florida, we're looking at the eviction rate up 46%. It is up 46% compared to the pre-health crisis average. We're looking at evictions in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, up 44%. Las Vegas, up 43%. Oh, everything's fine in Vegas. Everything's great. Vegas this, Vegas that. 43% up in evictions. Houston, evictions are up 42%. And this is, they're comparing this to the pre-health crisis average. Columbus, Ohio, up 35%. This is coming to a town near you if it hasn't already. People just cannot hang on. You just look at this mathematically. It's unsustainable. People cannot carry this much debt, making these type of wages with this much inflation, and getting part-time hours or working in leisure and hospitality. This is absolutely 100% unsustainable. But they're going to tell us that everything's great with the stock market. Why in the world would the Fed cut rates when the stock market is at all-time highs? We are watching a huge, huge melt-up, ladies and gentlemen, one that really does resemble 1929. And I would be extremely cautious if you're gambling at the poker table. I really, really would. It's just a matter of time before they pull that rug out. And you're going to see millions of people absolutely financially decimated in this country, thinking that this could never happen. Oh, home prices go up. Real estate always goes up. It never goes down. The stock market, we've forgotten. Wasn't that long ago, 2008. We have forgotten. We forgot about the dot-com. We forgot about the 2008 financial crisis. We forgot about the late 80s. We forgot about 1929. People forget about this stuff. They don't know their history. And people are completely unprepared to deal with the aftermath. And I pray to God that all of you do not get complacent, that you continue to prepare, because the aftermath is going to be absolutely horrific. Yes, there will be sales, there will be opportunity, but too many people out there just think that this is going to just be an economic collapse, an economic correction, a recession, call it whatever you want. I think it's going to be a very, very severe depression, but they think it's only going to be financial. Look at what is happening to society right now. Look at the breakdown. Think about what you're going to be dealing with as the economy gets worse. If you watched my video last week with Enrique, I've never seen a food line that long, at least a mile long, hundreds of cars, and this happens every Thursday. Could you imagine if people could not get food, if these grids got hit and people didn't have power for weeks at a time, people couldn't access money, government checks or government money wasn't coming in on those little plastic cards, if the system was down, what you would have to deal with? Too many people think that this is just going to be economic. Let me assure you, it is not going to be just economic. It is going to be spiritual, and it is going to be a societal collapse. You're going to see the best in people, and you're going to see the worst in people. And when people get hungry, they can do some pretty horrific things. I'm going to leave it there today. Please comment down below. Give it some thought on any of the articles I was reading to you. Any of my thoughts. If you want to respond, please comment down below. So many people read the comments, and I must say, so many of you have really woken up so many people because of those comments down below on your preparations, your thoughts, your reflections of what you're seeing in the economy where you live and what you think is going to happen. And do you think it's going to get better? Here's a question to all of you as I leave. Is it going to get better in 2025? Do we have something to look forward to? I don't think it could get much better. I think there's so much damage right now. I do believe that at some point it will get better. I pray to God that it will. I hope that we're not past the point of return. Some people think we're already past that point of no return. I'm holding faith that we can turn this around. But what we have to realize is when you're nearly $35 trillion in debt, when you have people hurting this bad financially, when we've lost so many jobs that we've sent, overseas, inflation that is roaring out of control, and nobody will actually tell us the truth of what it really is. This is not going to get fixed in 6 or 12 months, right? I mean, I think we can all agree. I think a seventh grader would agree that there's no way that you can have debts and deficits and this much damage done to the country that it can just be fixed in 6 to 12 months, if it can be fixed at all. I have faith that it can, but it's going to take years. And I think we're going to see things get much, much worse before we begin to see some light at the end of the tunnel and begin to dig ourselves out of this abyss. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. God bless every one of you. Thanks for watching today. It's an honor to speak with all of you each and every day. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, I look forward to speaking with all of you very, very soon.